Hello everyone, Happy New Year. I'm Julie, and if this is your first time on the channel, we talk about everything interior design. I have enlisted my team members, both Kelly and Audrey, to help me out with today's video. Today, I'll be reacting to design and home decor videos that they have found for me on TikTok. If you aren't following me on TikTok, this is a brand new endeavor for a brand new year. So definitely check out my TikTok page and let me know what you want to see more of. We're starting off the new year by sharing DIY videos that you might want to try out in your own home. This is my first time seeing these videos, so I'll be sharing my reactions and what I think of all of these projects, and maybe even offer some fresh insight and different solutions on how I would tackle these projects. So without further ado, let's jump right into the first video. This video is all about accent walls, and I know everyone out there loves an accent wall. If you remember from my common design mistakes, do's and don'ts on accent walls, first, don't call it an accent wall. I'm all about creating a focal point in a room, and this is a prime example of how to use a focal point to really accentuate your space. I love a focal wall that's all about texture. I like a three-dimensional quality to it, and this stone wall reveal is such a brilliant way to highlight a main focus of a space. If you want to add a little bit of texture in the space by using peel and stick products, this is a great way to go about it. I also love that this product provides a very neutral foundation to a space, especially if you're trying to add in a little bit more color this year. I'm not a huge fan of peel and stick wallpaper just because, number one, it's temporary. Number two, it's so labor intensive to install on the walls. And number three, they almost always fall off. But a great thing about this peel and stick variety is that it comes in smaller pieces, which makes it more manageable, easier to install, and it looks like if something falls off, you can just replace that tiny piece. So this DIY project gets a thumbs up from me.
I have a simple hack to share that no landlord will ever tell you. Sconces appear intimidating because most are hardwired, meaning there's a permanent fixture in your wall connected to pre-existing circuits. Obviously, that's not convenient, so just go ahead and forget all of that. Buy whatever pair of sconces you love, and even if they're hardwired like these, you're just going to use 2 screws to mount it on your wall. I found these for $20 each on Amazon. I used screw and puck lights that require 3 AA batteries, and I spray painted them to avoid the look of white plastic through the glass. These happen to be dimmable and come in different colors. I promise you, it's way easier than you think, and I know you can do it. Follow for more tips.
There are a ton of things that I love about this DIY project, and there are a few that I would steer clear from. A lot of us lack natural daylight in our space, and we might want to use a lighting fixture that doesn't need to be hardwired or plugged in. This is a great solution to use a battery-operated puck light that doesn't require hardwiring or an electrical outlet to plug in. I love that you could use this puck light with a variety of different fixtures, whether or not it's a wall sconce or a plug-in table lamp. The thing that I would watch out for is using a light fixture that you can see through. With this wall sconce, it's faceted, it has crystals, so you're able to see the finish of the puck light. They spray painted the puck light to look like natural stone. What I don't love is that the natural stone texture is a little bit more earthier than the glam qualities of the wall sconce. So to me, there's a little bit of a misstep there, but I love the concept, and I can see this done with a variety of light fixtures. As a matter of fact, I have a video lined up all about adding light to your space without the need for hard wiring or electrical plugs. So if that's something that you're interested in, let me know in the comments below. I am seeing all of these videos in real time. Kelly and Audrey found me these videos. They're sending it to me right now. So my reaction is on the fly. I am loving this DIY art piece. It's one of those videos where you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, that looks so easy. And then you get down to doing it, and all of a sudden it takes you like days and weeks to perfect something like this. That is the beauty of a luxury type of DIY artwork design. It looks easy, you start to endeavor it, and then all of a sudden you see all these little nuances that make it what it is. This art piece is so beautiful to me, and this is something that would literally cost you thousands if it were in stores. I love that there's such a handmade artistic quality about it, and the fact that this art piece spans over 2 different canvases. I mean, you're able to fill up an entire blank white wall. This is something that I would absolutely love to try out myself. I could even see this sprayed in different colors that match your room's aesthetic. Everyone loves a great IKEA hack, and this DIY is absolutely stunning. I think the creator did an excellent job of elevating a bookcase or a cabinet that looks really simple to begin with. There seems to be so many different little steps that are involved with upgrading this cabinet, but the finished product is absolutely stunning and it looks very high end. Fluted paneling on furniture pieces was a design trend that we saw a lot in the past couple of years, and to me it's not going anywhere. What we're craving nowadays is a little bit more stylistic interpretations of really simple furniture. So anytime there's a 3-dimensional or textural quality to it, that's a small little detail that you find in furniture that's going to help it look a little bit more elevated and luxurious.
I've had this freaking IKEA side table in my apartment forever, and I wanted to do something new with it, so I went ahead and I transferred the top to the bottom side actually, and then I got some cane or like woven rattan and wrapped it around to find how much I needed for the entire side table. Then I wanted to find the center point of that cane because I'm actually going to be creating an archway for a small little pet to enter their new home. It's super cute, you guys. So I created this archway just on some paper, just kind of drafted it out. Then I drew it on top of the cane material and cut it out. Do not worry, it's not going to unravel or anything. I used some rope just to kind of finish off that edge, and then I got this wood top at Lowe's, but it was a bit too large, so I just dremeled out some of these holes and it fit perfectly. And then what I did was I added this edge banding on the top and bottom just to finish it off and make it look a little bit more clean, slipped it into the side table and used the legs actually to hold it on the inside, and then the tray to kind of also hold it as well. And that's how I finished off this miniature pet home that doubles as a side table. That's the cutest DIY project I think I've ever made.
Who doesn't love Drew from Lone Fox Home? Drew is this expert DIYer. I mean, really, I don't even call him a DIYer. He, at this point, is like a contractor. He does so many amazing home projects, and on the flip side, he actually works with so many smaller furniture pieces that I could see sold in stores worldwide. This little side table is not only functional, looks high-end, but it's also the perfect lounging spot for your pets. I have a little Pomeranian that loves to be in cavernous spaces. Even though I have multiple pet beds for her all over the house, I have a little side table that I repurposed into a pet bed for her, and that's probably her favorite pet bed because not only is it small, it's tight, it's cushy, but it also has a little cover on top. And I think that's one of the key aspects of Drew's side table that makes this DIY project so successful. It also features a finishing material like cane, which is still hot in design today. So this project is definitely something that I would love to do, but again, one of those projects that I know is going to take so much longer than you anticipate. Here's another project that features some type of focal wall, and this time this is for the bedroom. The thing that I love best about this project is that it looks so easy. But like many of you out there, the minute I see a DIY project that has anything to do with a table saw or a cutting tool or a rotary saw, all of a sudden I'm apprehensive because I've never used it before. If it wasn't for my past experience on design shows and digital media, I would really be nervous to use these tools as well. But once you watch a couple of YouTube videos on how to use a table saw, it's not that intimidating. I love a focal wall, especially in the bedroom, especially when you don't have anything else going on. It adds a three-dimensional quality and texture to it. This design is a little bit more modern than my transitional aesthetic, but I think this would work just as beautifully for panel molding that's a little bit more traditional in design. This next project is absolutely incredible. I mean, I am floored simply watching it. It's such an ingenious use of everyday products to use a rubber exercise ball simply as a mold. At first, when I started watching this, I was a little apprehensive to see what she was going to do with it, but it's brilliant. It's brilliant. There's nothing that I can say about this more than I want to try this myself. If you are an indoor plant lover like I am, you'll know that once you start to look for indoor planters, especially the size of this huge exercise ball, it will run you thousands, I mean literally thousands at our age, and even if you're shopping at an outlet, especially something as large and textured as this earthy stone planter. I mean, you haven't even factored in the cost of an indoor tree, let alone the planter itself. So this project is actually brilliantly conceptualized and even more beautifully executed. As a matter of fact, I'm going to follow her right now. Okay, I've used chalk paint before. I love chalk paint. There are many pros and cons to chalk paint. Number one, chalk paint is not the same thing as chalkboard paint. It's not that chalkboard paint that you paint on a wall and you let, your kids kind of run amok. Chalk paint has a different density to it. It has a different texture to it. It doesn't require a whole lot of prep work. You don't have to sand the cabinets. You don't have to prime the cabinets. All you have to do is kind of wipe it down, clean it, and it's ready for this chalk paint. So I love chalk paint. I've actually repurposed an old dresser for my entryway. You can see that in this video that I'll link right here. What I don't love about this project is the color that they've chosen for the kitchen cabinets. Gray is just so dismal, and it's a really sad color, especially if you're trying to brighten the kitchen and uplift it. I think a better solution to making these kitchen cabinets a little bit more updated is to choose a chalk paint color in maybe a richer finish. You can see that this particular shade of gray has a little bit of a cooler undertone to it. And to me, that makes the kitchen look a little bit colder and uninviting. What do you think of this gray color? Is this a color that you would try in your own kitchen?
This is a story all about how I literally flipped IKEA's Billy bookcase upside down. I was approached to design a 4-meter-long media unit, and I knew that the Billy bookcase would be the perfect choice. It's sleek, it's timeless, and it's adjustable. I bought 3 Billy bookcases to place on their sides, 2 longer ones for the actual media unit, and a smaller one for the middle floating shelves. I mapped out where the doors would go, and I fixed shelves in so that there would be 3 doors on either side. For the doors, I wanted to add some texture, so I decided to go for an almost linen-like canvas tucked into the frame of IKEA's Augsburg doors. For the legs, I wanted something like the base of this lamp, and when I walked into H&M Home and I saw these wooden bowls, I knew that they would be perfect. I bought a bunch, drilled a hole through each one the size of these IKEA legs, sanded, glued, and stacked every 2 together, and passed the legs through them so that the bowls wouldn't bear any structural weight, but would still create that drama that I was looking for. Finally, I drilled the doors in, attached the middle floating shelves, added some finishing touches, and voila! I'm honestly so proud of every single detail in this piece. I literally can't believe looking at it that it's made up of 3 Billy bookcases, some canvas, and a bunch of wooden poles.
This Billy bookcase IKEA hack is stunning. This is something that I always advise the viewers to do, is to start with an inspiration image. I love how she found inspiration images and was constantly referring back to it to create this really custom and unique design. In my own living room, I have put together 3 small cabinet pieces to span the width of an entire long wall. And that is such a great solution if you're looking for something oversized and custom to fit a large TV in your large living room. Adding linen fabric onto the front cabinet panels of the cabinet doors is such a really unique, beautiful touch, and something that can be customized according to your style, your aesthetic, the colors in the space, and the finishes that you vibe with. So I can definitely see this DIY customized to suit your style and needs. I've shared a media cabinet that's almost identical to this look, and it's over $1,000. So for you to be able to make this yourself and it look almost like the real thing, I mean, major props to this creator. It's such a beautiful piece and it doesn't look like it's a whole lot of work. Again, I love that fluted detailing. You're gonna see a lot of that in interior design. I love that the creator just sealed this unfinished wood. I think unfinished wood has a very Japandi quality to it, and it matches a lot of different types of aesthetics and vibes. The beauty about this piece is that you can stain or paint it any different color. I love rich woods myself, so I could definitely see like a darker walnut stain on this, and this would be such a beautiful addition to add a little bit more texture and color to your family room. That's it for today's video. What did you think of this list? Are there any DIY projects that you would try to endeavor yourself? Once upon a time, this channel actually started as a DIY channel. I had the crazy idea that I was going to share more high-end luxury DIY projects that I endeavored myself in my home. But as most of you know, you found me during the pandemic when I started to sit down and actually discuss more interior design related projects versus DIYing them. So if you want to see more DIY projects on the channel, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Comment below and let me know if there are any projects from this video that you would like to try yourself, or comment below and let me know if you would like to see me try any of these DIY projects. Share this video with anyone you know who loves a good DIY, and definitely subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click that little notification bell to be notified of new videos that we drop every single Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you next week.